Hey, D Smiley here again. And today I want to talk to you about the importance of a brand, which is your reputation. I remember my second year knocking doors. I was in Los Lunas, New Mexico. We were working in the Albuquerque area. That's where our office was located. And Pinnacle, which is the former company I was working with, they were in a transition phase where they had a decent rating and then they went down to having a terrible rating. And they were in talks of merging with a company called DEFCON, which had great ratings. So, if my understanding serves me correctly, Pinnacle was trying to use their rating, and DEFCON was trying to use their sales force. And supposedly, at this particular time, it was going to be a perfect blend, but it didn't transpire that way. So let's get back to the story. So during this time period, Pinnacle and DEFCON were about to merge, and I was out knocking doors. And this one particular day, which was probably you can't make it up. Knocking doors, it's hot outside, and with the if you've ever been in New Mexico, the heat is somewhat humid, not necessarily humid. It's just dry. It's just dry, straight heat. It's not as hot quite as Arizona, but it's still hot. And I'm working to go ahead and get a deal. So I got my mind right, went to the afternoon meeting. And the biggest thing that we were talking about as far as the sales meeting prior for that day was, hey, you guys got out now, have DEFCON shirts. You guys are going to go out there and kill it. Make sure you let people know we got an A+ rating with the BBB. That was the thing. That was the thing that everyone was showing. Like, hey, we got an A+ rating now. We should be able to be competitive, and it'll help us as far as getting people who are somewhat skeptical to get us off our back. So the office is rah 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 juice juice, and I'm out knocking doors, and I remember looking at my phone, thinking like, okay, whew, I got an A+. As soon as the customer asks me, "Who are you?" Something about reputation, proving where I'm from. All I got to do is just show them this rating, and that'll take care of that. So I knock on this one particular lady's door. She had a screen door closed. Knock on it. Well manicured yard. Single lady. She opens up the door, and she's a deal. Absolute deal. I'm going through the pitch. She's giving me eye contact, nodding every question that I ask, answering it with thought. It's in my mind, I'm like, it's my deal to mess up. All I got to do is just not mess up because everything is just ironed out. And she then tells me, she's like, well, I have actually been looking for an alarm system for quite some time. It's been on my to-do list. I just haven't taken the time to do it. So I'm thinking to myself, well, that's that's the reason why I'm here. And then she tells me the only thing I just need to know, because I never heard of DEFCON before, I just need to just check the BBB, make sure everything is all right. So I'm not shooting myself in the foot. I said, hey, sure, no harm, no foul. Here, actually, I got the rating right here on my phone. Check it out. I show her. She's like, oh, okay. Let me just for my own psyche, let me just check on my phone, make sure everything's on the up and up. So I oblige. I'm like, all right, that sounds good. She then goes on her phone, types in Pinnacle, I'm sorry, DEFCON, looks up the rating, and she looks up at me, looks down the rating, looks up at me, down the rating. And you know that weird moment where you're anxious and the wheels are turning in your mind. You're like, something's not right about this. Like, is she seeing something I haven't seen? She's like, she then says, you know, you guys have an F rating. What was that you showed me? I said, what? F? Like, I'm shocked. Like, what are you talking about? I just showed you an A. A plus actually. She's like, check this out. It's an F. So I'm then, nah, it's got to be a mistake. Clearly, let me go ahead and check on my phone because you see right here it says A plus. So I hit the refresh on my phone. The actual rating then populates. It's an F. You know when you're nervous and that bead of sweat comes down your forehead and your wheels are turning. You're thinking of any and every possible thing as far as how to explain this. So the only explanation I can come with at that time was, ah, it's the BBB. Look at, I honestly think that their servers are messing up. I've been having problems like this. Knowing good and well, I never had problems like this. But yeah, as far as the alarm system, trying to transition into it, and she's like, no, now it's just not sitting right with me. Take care of whatever you got to take, then come back by. And at that moment, I thought to myself, I'm losing a deal over a rating? Like, she wants it. She's going to buy. Why is she not getting this? This doesn't make sense to me. Even though it did make sense. You see, what your reputation is, what your brand is, that speaks volume to how you treat and take care, more importantly, of your customers. And if your reputation does not precede you, then unfortunately, you may not necessarily have people knocking on the door waving their money. And your reputation not only goes as far as who how you treat your customers, but then also how you treat your employees. Making sure your brand, which is your baby, is intact, it will not only take care of you now, but then also for years and time to come. Hopefully this helps. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.